Anime as a medium is known for its diverse range of stories, some filled with epic battles, others with deep emotional connections. But there's an element that sparks a lot of conversation in and out of the community. This issue, really, it's a huge issue, is for some reason anime seems to have a very deep and very strong affection for lollies or yeah, pretty much, yeah, just the young looking or just young characters. And we're not talking young like teenagers, we're talking less than that. But the thing is, why is this an issue? And what is the consequence of this? Right? I feel the public perception of anime is affected because of such things like this existing. Anime originated in Japan, as we all know, and its cultural landscape is different from that of the West. In Japan, there's a distinct line between childhood innocence and maturity. Many anime genres, especially those intended for younger audiences, feature young girls who embody purity and innocence. This can invoke a kind of affection from characters around them that, in the context of the story, is very harmless. In some cases, the affection shown towards young girls in anime is romanticized, albeit in a very subtle and often implied way. Still, it's very, it's very apparent. Characters such as Chi from Chobits. I've never watched that anime. Okay, so I don't know. I'm just reading an article to be honest with you, but I do think it is important to talk about this. I am injecting my own opinion as well. Who starts as an innocent childlike figure, raises questions about the nature of the affection in the narrative. The affection for them is often more about admiration and care than romantic love, but the line between these emotions can really blur. And honestly, to be honest with you, I think the main issue is not the show themselves, but rather the fandoms within their show. Okay, for example, a good example, in my opinion, is is the helpful fox Senko-san. Okay, it's my profile picture right now, but I like the character. Okay, I think it's a very wholesome anime, of course, right? But a lot of weird people will take this anime and make some weird shit out of it. Okay, I'll put up some pictures of some fucking crazy stuff I've seen in this fandom, and honestly, it is very concerning considering the fact that while in the narrative of the story she is like a centuries old deity, right? She does appear to be like 9, okay? So I feel like that's like the stereotypical lolly, right? I'm not incorrect about that at all. This but it's not all harmless. Some anime cross a line that raises a lot of alarms. There are shows that present relationships that, by Western standards, are seen as very problematic. Relationships between much older men and younger girls. The danger here lies in the normalization of such relationships and the potential impact on its audience, especially younger viewers who may be very impressionable. And as we've cleared up beforehand, it is partially a cultural thing. In the United States, people are seen as weird if you're like 35 and dating like a 20-year-old. That is considered weird, right? Even though they're both adults, that's still a little weird. And I do agree it's still a little weird, but however legal, it is still a little weird. It's also important to acknowledge the cultural differences at play. In Japan, the portrayal of affection towards young characters, particularly in fan service or quote unquote mo genres, is more commonplace. However, in the West, this can often clash with societal norms and laws about consent and age. The result is a cultural divide that can lead to misunderstandings or criticism, particularly in the context lost in translation, which I just cleared up, you know. I just said that. It is very different. However weird, it is different. Right. But I feel like the main issue here is more or less just it's a normalization, right? Because it's fine if it's a cultural difference, in my opinion. Like that's not gonna change overnight. But the issue here lies in its normalization. Okay, like if you walk through the streets of Akihabara, you will look around and see tons of lollies in very revealing clothing. That is not ever gonna happen in the United States ever, or even anywhere in the West. That's not gonna happen. The real issue arises when the affection or romanticization of young girls goes unchecked. Anime's ability to shape perceptions and influence young minds is undeniable. So it becomes more important to question: does the medium perpetuate unhealthy dynamics or reinforce ideals that may be damaging? And as consumers of the media, how do we navigate the spaces between artistic expression and ethical responsibility? Personally, I feel like there is a line there. It's not really a blurred line. There is such difference as artistic expression and just like unethical practice. Right. There it's not a very blurred line. It's very clear. This conversation is complex, and the solution is not to dismiss all anime that features young characters, but to approach it critically. Producers and viewers alike should be more mindful of the context they consume and produce. The future of anime lies in recognizing its influence and taking responsibility for the narratives it chooses to tell. In conclusion, anime is more than just entertainment, it's a window into culture, emotion, and society. With that power comes responsibility. Let's continue to explore the medium thoughtfully and ethically, ensuring that it remains a space for creativity, reflection, and respect. I don't know, man. Personally, I'm gonna just inject my personal thoughts here. Okay, personally, I think it's a very clear line. Okay, like I said, there is a ton of cultural difference between Japan and the United States, and even just anywhere in the West. Okay, like affection for young characters in Japan is not as weird as it is in the United States. For example, okay, we'll take fucking I don't know. Actually, no. I don't have to make an example. I don't have to make a Western example for this. It's very apparent in the Western culture now, right? It's very apparent. I personally am not into lolicon, right? Because I'm not a fucking weirdo, okay? But I do, I do have like one or two young-looking characters that I do like, and am I a pedophile for liking the character? No, no way. Because I'm not portraying them in a sexual manner at all. For example, my profile picture, right? Or the even the girl on your bottom left, right? That is a young looking character. It's not in a sexual manner at all. So I feel like it's fine. Me at least. I guess because I am a minor anyway. It's fine anyway. But let's say you're like a fucking 21-year-old dude and you're over here drooling over 9-year-olds. That's weird, bro. That's super fucking weird. I think I'm just stating the obvious at this point. But yeah, like I said, man, if you walk through the streets of Tokyo, you'll see it and it's weird. I've never been to Tokyo. I've only experienced it through my screen, right? But there's not really if you look up pictures, like I'll put up I'm sure in the editing process I would have put up a ton of pictures of that, right? But even we take Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid, we take Kana, right? From Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. She is not she's not a sexualized character at all. Okay, which I think that portrayal is fine. Okay, I think the fandom makes it weird if anything else. But there's also another side of this coin, which we'll take example Onimai. Okay, that 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 anime is the exact opposite. It does portray their young character in a sexual manner, and it's a little weird at times. Like, okay, I'm not gonna lie to you, I was watching it earlier today, and that is the only reason I know it is an example. Okay, I saw it online, I thought, man, this looks like an interesting topic, this looks like an interesting concept as well. Let me watch it, and man, it's a little weird. I'm gonna finish it, okay? Don't worry about it. I will finish it, and I will review it on the channel. But I'm just gonna let you know, if you're gonna watch it, beware, it's a little weird. And with that, I think that's gonna wrap up this video. This video was a very service level dive because A, I don't want to get fucking destroyed by YouTube, and B, I just don't really feel like putting that on my computer. Okay? Okay, sorry for the flash fucking the lolicon. Sorry for that. I should have blurred it. But I don't really know how, to be honest with you. Okay? So, yeah, that's gonna be it for today. I'll post again tomorrow or something. I don't know. Okay? Just, as I always say, be safe, wear a condom, don't fucking look up lolicon on your computer. And, yeah, that's gonna be it for today. Let me know if I got anything wrong in the comments. I'll see you later.
Lord have mercy, I'm about to bust.